just gonna put a little bit. Now don't get mad at me, what we're gonna build this up with. This is an experiment for me and you to try. Ah! Oops. All right, back again. This followed me home from vacation. So, 01 YZ125. All right, I got her pulled off the hitch hauler. I think it was wrecked or something because that tank doesn't feel bad. It has new bars, breakaway levers, everything. Fenders, pad, and it's got a pipe and all that. I think it was wrecked and something hit it and broke it because there's a big old... So it's dripping gas. I don't want to put it in the shop dripping gas, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the seat and the tank off and we'll see what's up. All right, got the tank pulled. Look at that crackleation. Needs the air filter. It had no coolant in it because he said that one of the O-rings are bad under the head. So we're gonna pull that apart in a minute and see what's up with that. It's got an Athena top end. Let's hope the cylinder ain't ruined. I'm gonna throw some water in the radiators and it's probably gonna hydrolock. Feel that response right there, dude. All right, now we're gonna see if it leaks. Where's all that water coming from? Oh, that's from it overflowing off the radiator. All right, so got it pulled in the shop off to the side, but I wanted to update. I ran it with the cap on after that video clip, and it all seemed fine, started up fine, didn't, you know, hydrolock, do anything like that. Wrap the throttle, it shoots out of the overflow past the spring on this, like if it were to be overheating. So basically it's making coolant pressure. So making coolant pressure basically tells me cracked cylinder, head, most likely head gasket or O-rings, whatever that Athena top end's got. So we're gonna pull the radiators because they're halfway bolted on anyway and there's some bolts missing and I have a bolt kit. So we're gonna pull all that off, clean it up, and then we'll pull that head off and see if we got any bad O-rings, see if there's a bad spot in the cylinder, see if we can maybe fix it. And then we'll probably test it, and then we'll probably clean it, do some adjustments. I gotta play with that carb a little bit. I wanna get that nasty paint off of the clutch cover. The paint on the frame I'm not happy with either, but I might get it ripping first. I wanted to pull this apart, the subframe. I wanted to pull the subframe so I could sand all the paint off of there so it'll be back to aluminum color, but we'll see where we get on it. I wanted to get it running and riding. I gotta still fix that tank outside as well, so we'll see in a minute. All right, pulled the cylinder. Pulled the head off, and I checked this out. See right there by my thumb. See where the compression's been blowing out. And we found a broken O-ring. And you want to just replace it, but if you look at the end, you could see where the compression cut it. And you start looking, and you realize some asswipe janked up the top of the cylinder right there. Just that one little minuscule, with metal on metal, that one little minuscule will leak out and continuously blow them. See how it's all damaged back here as well, but you could fix that with some gasket maker. It's really this. So Now we're gonna pull the cylinder and see if we can repair it. All right, we're pulling the cylinder off. Got the power valve assembly arm off. Now we're gonna undo them bolts and pull her. All right, got the cylinder pulled. Here's a better look at this old. That's why you don't use tools or something. I don't know. That line. This little line that you can catch your nail on. From here to here. It's a little too low. I'll go ahead and have to have all this probably fixed. Probably gonna either build it up with a little material and then sand it down, or I'm going to take the studs out and just get it milled. It's probably the best way to go about it. All right, I got the cylinder all cleaned up. Hold on, buddy. And if you see, I got this straight edge. That little sliver right there. That's all we gotta do. It's creating like a torch effect through that little hole. The compression and heat. And that little ledge. I'm just gonna put a little bit. Now don't get mad at me. What we're gonna build this up with. This is an experiment for me and you to try. Oops. Now don't freak out. Don't freak out. People would have just thrown this away. So if this works, it's gonna be great. If it doesn't work, we're gonna find out together. Then I'm gonna pull these studs and I'm gonna get this machine down, that thickness of that ledge. I'm gonna machine that down. It'll bump the compression up. We all win. So doesn't matter. Let me do it. All right? Okay. I'm gonna fix this too while I'm at it. All right. See that there? I use my razor blade to smooth it. Shoot! Can we even get that on film? You just have to trust me. I mean, once that dries, and then I did it here too. I went shh, shh, and now built that surface up, that surface, and that little nick. So it looked like somebody wiggled a screwdriver in there, and it was burning in and nipping. You see that little black spot in the O-ring hole? It was burning the O-rings in half and putting coolant pressure. So let this dry all night long, and I'm probably gonna go by there tomorrow and scuff it, find a new O-ring, throw her back on there, boing. Now I gotta fix the gas tank. All right. Now I'm learning, now that I'm done some research on these tanks, that these tanks are known for cracking. So you could see where somebody's gouged out this and tried to repair it with some putty, with some goo before. That's not gonna work. It's cracked continuously, so we're gonna drill a hole there, we're gonna drill a hole here. We're gonna etch some of this out a little bit more. It's already etched out pretty good, but I'm just gonna remove some of the putty that's in there, the goo. So I marked it with a Sharpie. I'm gonna take the grinder, gouge this out a little bit. Then I have this, it's not a direct match, but it's blue. And this is polyethylene, which is what tanks are. If we flip this over and we check the tag, heavy duty polyethylene. These tanks are polyethylene. So it was either find something black, green, or whatever, but the plastics on this bike are polypropylene, so that wouldn't really bond correctly. So this plastic will definitely bond with that plastic. It's not the exact match, but I mean, who cares at this point? gas tanks for these bikes, because they're known to crack, are $300 minimum. So I'm gonna fix this because we still got the cylinder issue. So I'm gonna fix this, make sure it's good to go. And then if I have a problem with range with our trail riding, then we'll swap and get a trail tank. Walked out to the shop. Look at there. And that matches. That matches better.
Why?
Okay, that matches better. Old Polaris drive demand fluids, got polyethylene bottles. Let me see. Look. All right, got some little holes drilled at the ends of the cracks. This one is the worst section, look at there. I got it all sanded down, etched out. Now we're just gonna, just like welding rod, we're gonna fill it in real big, and then we'll probably orbital over the top. That's what you call booger welded in there, boy. But I don't see any holes, so now I'm just gonna lightly sand this area down where you're gonna see it, and I'm probably just gonna put a sticker over it. All right, sanded it down. I'm gonna hit it with the heat just to kind of blend it a little bit, and we're gonna be good to go. Check that out. I mean, it's not pretty, but look, I'm gonna be riding a bike like this here. I don't care. I'm gonna put me a sticker over it. All right, we back at the bike. Got the surfaces cleaned up. Got my cylinder brought. I got my cheating spray. Still gotta clean all this up, but don't worry about that. Got my radiators. Might do a little cleaning to this back end here. Look at that, look at the difference. That's steel wool, and that's cleaned by hand. Nothing on it, so she dirty. Other than that, this is kind of bent, but I don't know if I want to risk it. All right, didn't have enough hands to video and put it on, but got her set on there, got her lubed up. Gonna pop the 4 bolts in for the base and put the power valve on. All right, got new hardware from the bolt kit that came with it. I just sprayed that cheating spray on the O-rings, cleaned all the surfaces. Gonna torque that down, and we're gonna get the exhaust on after. Motor mount, then exhaust. All right, got her all mocked up. Got the jewel on there. We're trying to figure out this hose here. It's hitting the power valve casing and not letting these radiators, it's still not. What's going on here? What's in the way? What am I hitting?
This?
All right, we got the tank on. I got the pipe secured in the right location. It was all jacked up. Got a tiny little scoop of gas in it, and we're putting the coveted coveted liquid in there that she did not agree with before all this. Let's hope we don't see a lot of bubbles. Yup. All right, full of water. We're gonna see. No bubbles. just like that, we got ourselves a whole bike. Woo! We're gonna go ride it, just not here. Well, I'm gonna go take a little rip, but not on video. We're out of gas. Here, we'll try. Look at that, boy. Look at that. I didn't get any video of me riding, but this is a little shot of my little cousin giving it a rip. All right, put about 3 hours of riding on it. I took a couple of shots of my cousin riding it because I didn't get any videos of me riding. I was just having too much fun. I did end up puttying the tank right there because it did start leaking after I plastic welded it. I probably could have went back and plastic welded it, but I wanted to make sure that the bike ran good and held up to some abuse before I bought a tank or did anything crazy. So I just puttied it and put about 3.5 hours of a beat down on it, and runs like a sewing machine. So probably gonna buy a tank next. Probably won't see it too much on the channel. I mean, I might do like rebuilding the front forks because they're leaking and I gotta change some tires, but you know, probably not gonna video that unless everybody wants to see it. But thanks for watching, and it's time to go home. Subscribe and do all those things.